Hi, third grade. I'm not here today, obviously, but I still want us to get to the work that we were starting last time. Last time we were together, we were creating images and we had to give directions on how to create an image. So we would have grid, we had to fill in certain squares, and you had to either follow the directions, left, right, up, down, fill in with color, or give the directions, move left, move right, go down, fill in with color, to try and get the same image that you saw on the screen. So we're going to use that same idea today about making an algorithm, step-by-step series of directions to get onto code.org. We're going to do some work on code.org with algorithms. We're also going to be reminded about loops and a few other concepts today. Code.org is going to assume that you have taken some code.org before, and you have last year with me. So we did work with algorithms. We did work with loops. We did work with a few other things, and today is all about remembering what that was and how it works. So I'm going to show you how to get on to code.org and then show you a few of the puzzles that I want you to do, and then I'm going to have you go ahead and head back to your seats and work. So first off, go ahead and get on to Google Chrome, and CODE code is right here on the home page, so you need to click it. I've got a place for you to click on the 3 for third grade, which is right here. And then you need to find your teacher, whoever that is. We use Mrs. Bailey. And when you get here, you want to find your name, wherever that is. And when you click your name, it'll ask for you 2 secret words. The substitute is going to pass out your Keyboarding Without Tears cards. And on these cards, I've written those 2 secret words for you. They're right down here. So take your card and put in whatever your secret code is. So I'm going to put in my secret code. You have to spell it perfectly, and there can only be 1 space in between the words, not 7, just 1. Okay, then push sign in to sign yourself in. When you get here, we're doing course D, and so you can see course D up at the top. The lesson is located here. Lesson number 1 was programming, graph paper programming, and that's what we did last time. It's an unplugged activity, meaning we didn't get on the computers and work on code.org, so we're done with this one. So that means today you want to go down to lesson 2 and click on number 1. Our work today is going to be lesson 2 and trying to solve all these different puzzles. And if you get done, you can move on to number 3, but I think most of the time you're going to spend right here on lesson number 2. So you're going to click on lesson 2, number 1, and it is a video. A short video that will remind you how to move blocks around, how to complete the task in Angry Birds. And this should look very, very familiar to you. So watch the video and push continue. And the video is going to tell you this stuff, but I'm just going to go over it briefly just so you know. The directions to your task is up here. You can click the play button to hear the directions.
For this puzzle, snap all of the blocks together and click run to watch it go.
So you'll want to make sure that it says take the blocks here and just snap them together. Click and drag, make sure they all snap. And then when you're ready, go ahead and click run. And that bird is going to smash that pig. All right, I win, hooray. Click continue to move on, and you'll see your progress up here. Again, it looks like we move forward, but I don't know if I'm all the way done. Let's see, 1, 2. Looks like I need another move forward block, and run will smash that pig. So you should get the idea. Puzzle number 4 reminds you that we also have some extra like turn blocks in here. This one actually is a puzzle where there's too many blocks. And I can tell there's too many blocks because it says workspace 6 out of 5 blocks. I should be able to only use 6 blocks. And I think the problem is going to come right here. If I go step by step, I can click step right here. And I can click step again. And yeah, that block right there is 1 too many. I disconnect, trash what I don't need, and then be very careful. These gray blocks can't be trashed. I can't put them in the trash. I want to reconnect them like they're giving me the blocks to use. Make sure you reconnect them without accidentally grabbing the bottom and doing one of this. This is much, much different than what you had seen before. We want to make sure we have the original series of steps in place because if not, your bird's going to run into the wall. So after we click run on this one, we'll see, okay, so this is how we solve it. Keep solving puzzles. You're going to get introduced to loops again. This is Mark Zuckerberg, he invented Facebook. He's a bazillionaire by now. And he's going to he's going to remind you on how to use loops. In short, one of the things that you can do with a loop is do a series of directions over and over and over again. So for instance, in this one, the bird has to move forward 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Instead of saying move forward 4 times, I use a repeat block or a loop block. I say, do this, move forward. How many times? 4 times. After, he's going to move to the right, and then he's going to go 4 more times forward. And then he's probably going to go to the right again, and he's going to go forward 1 more time. So as you're doing these loops, remember that only place inside the mouth what you want repeated. In this case, it's just move forward. Also remember that it's still a series of steps. So I can use a loop block, a step, another loop block, another step. It all kind of depends on how to solve that puzzle. There is more than just Angry Birds on here. This is called the collector, I believe. That's what this is called. Same idea as before, except that in this case, we're going to tell the collector to move forward. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. We'll tell her to move to the right and go forward 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll tell her to turn to the right. We'll tell her to move forward. But at the very end, she's got some diamonds. And I can see that she's got 5 diamonds. So I've got to use this block, collect. But I want to use a repeat block again to collect 5 of those diamonds that you see right there. So new blocks right here. Another video will be in number 14, and you'll actually get to the artist again. So we're going to have the Angry Birds. We're going to have the collector, which is new. We're going to have the artist, which you've seen before. There's a lot to work on. If you do happen to get all the way done with puzzle number 16, this one's called the farmer. If you get all the way done with puzzle number 16, fantastic. Move on then to the next set, which is called Events in Bounce. And you can kind of work your way through this one. You're going to create a game. It might be a little bit difficult if you run into problems. You might be able to raise your hand, and the substitute might be able to help you. The big thing is to read these directions, though. That's going to help you out a lot in solving these puzzles. Okay, give it your best shot. A lot of this is review. Our main goal today is just to remember what it is that we're doing or how do we make things move in code.org? How do we make events happen? How do we make algorithms happen? How do we make loops happen? And then we will work more with this the next time that I see you. Okay, good luck, and raise your hand if you have questions for the substitute.